Good evening, class. Tonight, if I say good evening, technically it's closer to night now, right? Yeah. Anyways, we're going to have a look at DC Universe Classics Wave 6 Killer Moth, figure number 3 for ages 4+. So if I'm this many, I can have it. If we take a look at the packaging before we bust this figure open, as I tend to do, we can see there's that ugly looking monster in there known as Calabac. Ugh. On the side of the package here, again, you can see the sticker and the piece that it comes with. Same with the other side. Well, there's no sticker, but you can see what piece it comes with, just in case you miss it on this side. It's over here as well. Oh boy. On the back, keep doing this, we can also get Mr. Miracle, Hawkman, Killer Moth, Superman, and Shazam. And then we can put all the pieces together to build Calabac. Now, I'd like to point out there's, what, 5? I know if the Kilowog set you needed 6 characters, plus there's a figure stand. And it seems to be getting worse. Like, doesn't the Apocalypse set have like 18,000 characters or something in it? Yeah, anyways. So, Killer Moth's bio, because after this guy I've heard of, but I don't really know anything about. So we'll look at his biography. Drury Walker was an unsuccessful career criminal who took on an even more unsuccessful career as a costume villain. What he became was a joke, both to his fellow criminals and crime fighters alike. Disgusted with being laughed at, Killer Moth made a deal with the demon Neuron for greater power in exchange for his soul. Powers that changed him into the fierce half-man, half-insect, all-mad... Is that Charaxus? Right. Batman villain, dating back to the 50s. And I mean, yeah. Look at that awesome costume. I would laugh at him too. With his cocoon gun over here, and I think they say he has razor sonar waves. What the hell is that? Oh my god. Anyways, he just looks like ass, but it has character. What can I say? I think I'm really going to enjoy this figure. He's totally useless, but certain charm to it as well. Anyways, enough of my rambling for now. We're going to bust this thing open, and we're going to have a look at this guy who rides a little supervillain short bus, Killer Moth. Okay, class, after a short break and a few carbonated beverages later, we're back, and we are still looking at Killer Moth, the red-headed bastard child of the DC Figures universe. Seriously, somebody lost a bet. That's really all I can say. But we'll have a look at him, look all the way around, and we'll talk about the color scheme for this figure, which is bright as day, as garish as... I don't know. It's just horrible. Anyways, so we'll start with his head. He's got that kind of... Well, you know what? Insect green. I mean, it's kind of the color, but it's that kind of snot-colored green. His eyes are red. I don't know how well we can see that here on camera. His little antenna, which are awesome, are antennae, because there's 2 of them. We've got, I guess it's a moth emblem here on his chest, that yellowish color. And this kind of light purple. It's not even a dark purple. This light purple color. Would that be lavender? I'm not sure. Is light purple lavender? I don't really know these things. Anyways, I don't think it's periwinkle, but I'd have to ask my wife. We've got the yellow belt, which holds this wonder, his cocoon gun. I think he ripped it off. Well, he may predate Spider-Man. So maybe he ripped it off of Spider-Man, or maybe Spider-Man ripped it off of him, really. And then the pants. The pants! We've got this puke orange, which is on his wings, his gloves, his boots. Again, one of those guys who dyes his underwear and wears it outside of his pants. And then it's striped with the same kind of puke green as his head. Oh my goodness. Now, I know you shouldn't make fun of certain people, but if you're colorblind, your friends should tell you, and then you should ask, you know what, maybe the whole thing is that someone just played a really nasty joke on him. Maybe he thought it was something cool, like, I don't know, I think stripes are horrible all the time, but maybe he thought, you know, the top was kind of a blackish color, and the helmet was red, and the gloves were red or something, and nope, his friends all played a cruel joke on this poor bastard, and he looks like that. Maybe that's what it is. His colors are outrageous, but I think that's part of his charm. I gotta say, I do like the figure. I just like ripping on him, but it's just because he's just... The kid got beat up in school. Let's just leave it at that. I don't know. I've almost forgot his wings. They're that same kind of purple color. They're kind of the translucent plastic. You can see my finger back there a little bit. Not a lot of detail in the wings, which is kind of sad. I would have liked more, but maybe the character never had a lot of detail in the wings, and we can see where we've got the kind of peg here in his back to attach them. Yeah, I'm a dude, and even I know you don't do purple and orange. Does anyone remember the Annihilator from G.I. Joe? Because he wore purple and orange too, and even then I knew it was wrong, and it's even wrong here, or maybe more so. Anyways, articulation for this figure. Sadly, nothing for the wings. I really loved it if the wings had a little more detail, but nah, that's okay. His head rotates all the way around, it goes up and down. We've got the waist, or I guess the torso here, it bends forward and back. Shoulders, kind of the typical range of motion that we'd expect, even though his wings get in the way a little bit. We can rotate at the upper arm, bend the elbow, and rotate the hand at the wrist. His waist, we can turn around. That's a solid joint there. Whoa. The hips, well, the same thing, forwards and back, out to the side. We can rotate there at the thigh, bend the knee, and then again at the ankle for this clown. Now, some of the other things I just noticed on this. Now, I don't know if it's mine, but it seems like whoever was putting this particular figure together didn't do a good job putting the upper thigh together, because there shouldn't be that gap. If we look at the other side, if we get rid of this stupid weapon here. Oh my god. There we go. Well, I guess you can see it there too. But it's not put well together well. I don't know if that's something that happened with all of them or just this particular figure. And I gotta say, anybody who else has bought this figure will know. Now, maybe they have a tip for me. Digging this green and purple orange bastard out of his packaging was a nightmare and a half. Because somehow they get the wings in behind the plastic that holds them, and the rest of them in the front, and you either have to try to pull them backwards or rip them out forwards, and I nearly lost 10 liters of blood with my knife trying to dig him out. Well, not that many, but you get the idea. It was an experience, we'll leave it that way. Same with Hawkman, that was really tough too, and even more so than with Hawkman. I thought I was going to just bust the wings right off trying to reef him out of there. Maybe somebody knows something I don't. Or actually, I imagine there's lots of people who know things I don't. Anyways, I don't know if I have too much else to say about Killer Moth. He's horrible, but he's horrible in a lovable way. I don't know. I think I would thoroughly enjoy watching Batman just kick the crap out of this guy, because he deserves it for looking like such a fool. But he does have character. Now, some people are thinking, well, geez, Evil Professor, you didn't like the Shark because he was kind of stupid too, and that's true. If you watched before, did a review of the Shark, whom I called the Shart, and this guy kind of falls into the same realm. He'd be a trash villain that you'd beat up in Ninja Turtles, Turtles Through Time or something, but he at least has character. Shark didn't. This guy does, and maybe that's why I like him a little bit more. He's just so fun to hate because he sucks. I don't know. I can't help it. I like the guy. I would have been tempted to buy this guy even if he didn't come with a piece of Calabac. Speaking of which, here is our lovely piece of Calabac, out of the way, that we have here. You can see that Calabac clearly has no neck, but his torso here, it moves around a little bit. We'll probably put that together in a little bit, and he is ugly. Like really ugly. I can't think of a good description off the top of my head. But we'll put that together, but that's the main piece for him, and it's huge. One thing I will say, though, the plastic feels very brittle. A lot of the other plastic for the joints and stuff feels soft, kind of like the head, softer, but this doesn't. Anyways, we'll come back to this ugly dude in a little bit. Back to our friend, the Killer Moth. Now, apparently this is his classic look. I don't really know much about him. He does get changed and become possibly more dangerous, but not looking like this. He probably got his ass whipped by Robin, you know, like on his own, because he's just that lame. But anyways, had to give this figure a grade, which I probably will. You know what? I have to give him a B. It's a decent figure. He's got some character. His color scheme is wretched, but that's kind of the point. He's just so much fun to hate. So he gets a B because he's just delightfully crappy. I think that just about wraps it up for me. I don't know. I just can't. He's so lame, but I think he's so awesome. I think that wraps it up for me. We will do some more reviews from other figures in the wave, and eventually we will put together Calabac, so you might want to check that out. So, thank you very much, have a good night, and class is dismissed.